Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
Are you in a spiritual awakening? Yeah, I'm talking to you right now. You've been stuck in religion for all of your life, and all of a sudden now you realize that God is so much bigger than what you were taught. And now your gifts are opening up and you start feeling like you're losing your mind, possibly. If that's you, reach out to me and let's do a session. Matter of fact, I do mentoring for people leaving religion, entering spirituality. And especially if you are in a spiritual awakening, your gifts are opening, you don't understand what's happening, reach out to me. Send me a message right here on this platform. Thank you so much. Bye.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah. I'm so super excited that my guest Elena The Greek is here, and she's gonna tell us all kinds of stuff. So Elena, take it away.
Let's start with this. Hi, Tammi, and I'm so excited to be here with you. And hi, everyone. So I identify myself as a spiritual guide. I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm an oracle, I'm a seer, and the list goes on. I'm opening up to light beings and light language, light codes. There's always space for expansion, right?
Yes.
I'm an energy healer, and I love that above all else. So I think that everything else is just a tool for me to get into that space of energy healing.
Yes.
But let's toss all that away, okay, from us, and let's focus on something else.
So how did you get here? How did your journey begin?
Oh, fuck. That's... where do we start from?
Like, were you always, did you always recognize that you were intuitive? Or, because I think I read a little bit about that.
Yes. So that's a good question. Sorry, I'm losing my words because there are a lot of things I would like to say around that. I was a child and I still have memories coming back to me of how things were happening, how I was channeling stuff, how I was with one of my spirit guides, Alice in Greek, and we were playing together. She was there for many reasons, actually. And one of them was her support, actually, because there were times I was feeling lonely or not understood by my peers. And anyway, so that's... And then there was a moment I remember I shut it all off for something I saw on the TV, on a show about psychologists and talking about how it is not healthy for the child to have imaginary friends. And I was, fuck, that's not healthy. Okay, let's shut it all off now. And later on, many synchronicities, even where I am. I live in a small town in Greece, extremely small, okay, that we have tourists during the summer. So I remember some summers later on as a teenager that there were many synchronicities happening, or someone passed me a small book of incarnations. Reincarnation was, I have to hide this because we are a Christian Orthodox family and these are not allowed here, okay?
I was going to ask that too. Yeah. Yes.
These are forbidden, not in a very strict way, but still we are Christian Orthodox, okay? So it is difficult to go around that. And I had so many feelings, déjà vu moments, and intuitive callings and stuff that I can't even explain still because I don't remember the full spectrum of that, of what was going on. And of course, you know me as Elena The Greek. My name is Konstantina Bellou, my full name, and I'm a walk-in as Elena. And I remembered recently myself asking, why didn't they baptize me as Elena? Why did they give me the name Konstantina? So we were here together, both of us, kind of thing, taking one step at a time, navigating life. Later on, of course, as usually, we are drawn to series and shows about witches and all this metaphysical woo-woo stuff that we call it, which are not exactly that.
Yes.
So, yeah. Anyway, I had a huge awakening when I was a student of information technology in a huge city that has amazing energies. And recently I realized it has created many awakenings for a lot of people, and I had no idea of that. But it's very charged, yeah, and very beautiful city to be. And I was playing with a local deck, local meaning a Greek deck, okay, from a Greek series and stuff like that, published with, as I recently learned, some entities from other cultures, Astarte, and anyway, huge chapter of my life. And I was giving readings with cards, and I was very spot on in a scary level with that deck. I was reading Paulo Coelho, and everything made so much sense. I know Paulo Coelho is not as spiritual as we perceive it in spiritual communities, but he offered a lot of clues in ways that I can't even imagine to explain to someone. And I was getting a poke. This is not all that you know about life. There is more. This is not just it. It's not just having a family and getting friends and going out for a drink or a coffee. It didn't feel enough or right. Later on, I didn't know where to start from to explore. We didn't have this kind of triggers, positive triggers. Okay, in my country, the religion is different. We are accustomed to different things. So I didn't have many triggers to explore more about spiritual stuff. I had no idea that I could search in English, but I didn't even know what to search about. Okay, so I was in a space, there's more. Bypassing some events that were hugely, in a huge way, awakening for me, my personal health and blah, blah, blah. I got to a point that I lost my dad. And we all know how a death in the family actually activates you, triggers you into higher levels of understanding. And that was back in 2014. So from that, 2004, sorry, I missed some years. No? 14. Okay, I've got this. So, yeah, we have 23, sorry. So there was a point that synchronicities started happening. And of course, we usually start with the lessons, the karmic lessons, the karmic connections. And it was about like that for me as well. So I came up to find out of nowhere, out of the blue, a mentor to help me understand chakras. I wanted to lose weight, and this is how we initially met. And he was talking about creating a shield in your energy, in your aura, creating the double etheric and stuff like that. I had no clue, but it felt so familiar. Okay, so moving forward, 4 years ago, in 2018, actually, I opened up in more ways because contracts were being dissolved. And this was the first understanding I had about a completed contract between souls. One was with that mentor, one was with the day job I had back then, and the whole system there, because I was working as an IT officer. And I knew that I wanted to become an energy healer. That's all I knew about myself. Okay? So 2018 was a huge shift for me, and I'm angry with everyone. I can't trust anyone. What is going on? With all these contracts being completed, I was like, I lost every base that I had, every foundation. Like I was, okay, poof, on your own, girl, do what you have to do. And I was, okay, where do we start now from? What's next? So I felt like once you understand some of the parts of the spirituality, how energy works, chakras, you can't go back to a normal day life. You can't. You want to explore more. And you know that there's more, and how can I get to that? So I started purchasing books about a lot of stuff. You can't imagine. Like, the orders were coming with a pack of books. Hopefully we're all in Greek. Okay. I don't think I ever read them all, but it was that insecurity that I need something spiritual close to me so I can keep exploring and keep learning. I
Yes.
came across Udemy, and I was okay, that is my chance. That is my chance to get to know more, to understand more about intuition. What is that? I had it and I didn't know how it was called. About psychic abilities, I had it and I didn't know that it is that. About talking to my father that I had crossed, I was, what the fuck is going on with me now? And is that normal? Because
Exactly.
we say in our culture, and I believe in most cultures, that don't talk to the dead people, okay?
Yep.
They're supposed to go somewhere else. And no.
They told us that was demonic in my religion. Yeah.
Yes. We just light up the candle for them, we pray for them, we do this and that, and that's it. No, no, it doesn't feel right.
No.
I remember myself getting angry at my brother or having an argument with him, which is not usual for us, and getting into my car to go somewhere else to shop something. Okay, I was still blah, 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 this morning feeling like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I feel my dad. Okay, Dad, I'm not angry at him specifically, but I was right.
Yeah.
Dad, I'm gonna calm down. And I had this conversation with him, and I was smelling his cigarette, literally, like as if he was sitting next to me, and I didn't know what mediumship is, that you can do that. That's normal, okay? That's normal.
You got a crash course.
Yes. Moving on, I was at the funeral of a very close friend, family friend, not from my village anyway, but in another city, the funeral. And I was just praying as with everyone else at the funeral, may your path be blessed, may we cross our paths again and stuff like that in my mind. And he started talking to me. And I was, what the fuck? Are you really talking to me now? And he was, of course I am. This is too much.
Wait, you did?
And he goes, I'm fine. I'm worried about them, my daughters and my wife and my grandchildren. They will be fine. So that was his name. They will be fine, okay. But how do you do that with me? Someone had to open you up in mediumship. He was like that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and later on, I started finding people online, spiritual communities, courses, initiations on chakras, on mediumship, on psychic abilities.
Yeah.
And this was my jam, okay? I was in my space. I was home. This is the feeling.
Yes.
And of course, it's difficult to say to a mom that is a Christian Orthodox, a Greek mom, okay, that you are reading tarot cards now, okay?
Yes.
Because you know how this goes, and the
I do.
collective, yeah, and the collective of tarot is charged with many energies, both negative and positive, but the fear is what prevails usually, and it took me time to get accustomed to that tool. I started with oracle cards because they felt different energetically.
Yes.
And I was, okay, are you gonna get over that fear and start reading the cards, because they are just a divination tool? What the heck? Get over that.
Yes.
And not everything was easy or pleasant, because when we come to awaken to our spiritual path, we have a lot of restrictions, constraints, a lot of stuff that we have to deal with, either from other lifetimes or the environment we have in this lifetime, okay? And our social circles and everything else. And, you know, you get overexcited. This is my home. Yes, I now feel that I came back home. And yeah. And then you have to deal with that limiting belief of someone else outside of you.
Yes.
and that, which is a manifestation of your energies, okay? But you don't have the problem here. You manifest it outside of you. So you get to a point of feeling lonely and what am I doing now and why? And please give me a sign. And yes, you keep going and receive more signs.
I love the way you're breaking that down, because that's exactly how you feel. And people need to hear that, because so many people are, oh, I'm a psychic medium, or I got gifts and this and that, but they don't realize that part of the journey.
It's not all magical and unicorns. And yes, there are unicorns, they exist in another dimension, but we do have them in our crown chakras. If you tune into a crown chakra that is extremely healthy and beautiful, you will see unicorns and fairies and all this beautiful stuff. But
Yeah, that's my space.
I know, love, I know. Tammi, I know. And this is why we came together, apparently. One of the reasons.
I tell people,
yeah.
I said, if I just try to believe that every day is magic, is every day magic? Probably not. But that's what I decided.
Yes, and you bring down the best version of yourself to navigate each day, no matter how difficult or easy it is. Dropping into our hearts is actually something I have to do again. It's something that allows us to open up even more, to see the difficulty from a different perspective, to find the love even in that. And this morning I was crying my eyes out, okay? So it's not easy, especially now with the Lion's Gate portal coming up, with all the planetary changes, with all the influences. The clairs are opening up even more, the third eye. I was waking up some mornings with different smells, then with different feelings, then with different knowings. And I was, what the fuck is going on again? And that's normal.
Exactly. But
That
what is this? What is this?
Yes. And that, like, you want to explode. For me, it's very explosive. When I'm going through awakening periods, it's very explosive from inside.
Yes.
And emotions up and down and up and down. And that's normal. Okay. That's what we have to understand. You don't need medication for that. You need meditation.
Yes.
You need stillness. You need acceptance, removing the resistance, dropping to the heart, having a couple of tools like specific breathwork exercises, like connecting with the nature, basic things, mindfulness meditation that are going to keep you anchored into your being, disconnect from everything else outside.
Yes.
Because there's nothing else you can do at these moments, at least.
Nothing. And you know, it's funny because you think that there's something else you can do, but it's not. And
Yes.
I think for me, I feel like I have to just allow myself that grace to be in that flow.
Yes.
And I know that in my case, I stayed in divine masculine so long because it was what I had to do, and now that I can step back from that, then I can, embrace the flow. And that's the piece for me. It's like, now I can just step into this place and just embrace this flow and just allow.
And that's a divine feminine you're talking about at its fullest expression.
Yes.
And it feels very easy from the outside, but it takes effort to get into that flow and stay connected with that.
Yeah.
Because it's about being passive in an active way, if it makes sense. Like, I'm setting constantly intentions. I'm doing my work. I'm focusing on myself, connecting more with myself, and removing the distractions from inside, okay, not outside distractions. And being in that flow of receiving is just beautiful and amazing without resistance. And I have a reason I keep saying that lately, because that's one of my challenges lately, without resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when we are on this path, we always have specific challenges to go through, because they will level us up even more and even more. So if we had research back then, and we were more in the masculine energies, because I was too. I was the person for everything. Whoever wanted, whatever they wanted, they would call me. I would be the doer all the time. I would get the job done and fast, and you will have nothing to worry about. You can rely fully on me. I would make it even better than you, if it makes sense that you asked me this kind of job. And I was in that pattern too. And let me be in that mode of the protector, and I'm here, rock for everyone.
Yes.
But it doesn't work that way.
No, and it's not sustainable anyway.
No, exactly that. It's not sustainable. And we get to be in that energy of divine feminine.
And it's more than que sera, sera. It's more than that.
Yes.
So much deeper, so many levels to that, but I think it's such an amazing journey.
It is. I wouldn't change it for the whole world. Even if you tell me now that, do you want to go back, and not having a clue of all of this stuff, and have an amazing job, an amazing family, blah, 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 I would be, no way. I would go back, and I would do it earlier if I could, if it was the right time. And I would change literally nothing, because every single experience, however I want to label it gave me so much. And you know it, because I'm pretty sure you had similar experiences in many ways.
Oh yeah. Lots of them. Because people ask, do you have regrets? And I don't believe in them. I just don't feel like they have any purpose. What is the point? No. I don't have regrets. Even like my first husband, I don't even regret that, because we co-created some children.
Yes.
And so without him, they wouldn't be as they are.
No. And even with him, it's not just the children, because it's not, that doesn't sound even right to my ears. It's not. Anyway, I'm trying to find a way. The children is the most amazing bliss you can create with someone, okay?
Right,
so
right.
I have it high. Even if it is the wrong choice of man, you still learn so many stuff.
Yes.
You still evolve. You still get to learn more about yourself.
Yes.
And there's no bigger blessing. If your soul decided in this lifetime, I will get married with that guy and I will have my children, that is perfect, because your soul, your higher self, knows why you did that. You may find answers still why that happened back then or whatever, but this is the point of life.
Yes.
When we are not awakened, we see it as a regret, as a wrong choice, as a problematic choice or whatever, or I was pushed to that direction and I didn't want to be there, or I wish I had more choices, better choices in my life. And I see that even in my mom, okay? She would look back and she would be like, if I had a job, I wouldn't have a husband at that age and blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works, Mom. You get to have me. I'm joking. This was your path for many reasons.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's important to talk about, really, because so many people, they're like, oh, if I didn't do this, then this and blah, blah, blah. And it's not even really like that, because of course there are things that I would have liked to have done, previously. And there were some things that, I was upset because I didn't do or couldn't do or whatever. But I believe that all of those experiences are valid. And they all played a part in who I have become.
Yes.
So I wouldn't change them for anything. I feel like you. Yeah, it could have been a little bit easier. Maybe.
I would love that. In many ways.
Yeah.
But still, all these experiences made us who we are, as you said today. Who are we yet to become?
Yes.
How can we be the best versions of ourselves now in the present for those that are around us and for the things we are doing? There's nothing better than that. At least for me, it made me more mindful. It made me more open to understand others, how they work, how they think, where they are coming from. And if I wasn't challenged that much, I would probably have no idea. I would expect my psychic abilities to speak about that, probably, but it's easier to tap into different energies of people and understand even more and even better. So this adds in ways we are not even able to understand at some points of our lives. So be
Exactly.
open, keep exploring. If I would give an advice, have as many experiences as possible. Fingers crossed for positive, because we can learn from positive experiences even more, okay?
Yeah.
we don't
I
have to
don't
stop.
need the negative ones. I'm good.
Yeah, we're full
I
of
said
that actually.
I've had my fill of that. I'm really good. I don't need any more of those.
Let's make an order to the universe because
No, let's just not. We don't need that. It's okay. Let somebody else do it.
let someone else awaken, okay? We are awakened enough.
Yes, no, we're good. We're woke. We're fine.
Let's keep moving on.
But when you work with clients, that's what I
Yes.
wanted to ask. When you work with clients, what is the main thing that you work with them on? Because I heard you say that energy healing is your jam, and I love
Yeah.
it too. But I know
Yeah.
you do readings and stuff too, don't you?
Readings and a lot of stuff actually. I blend everything in a session. So if you come to me, we can do past life regression. We can do just past life recalls where I will be channeling instead of guiding you. We will do emotional healing because loads come to me for love matters. I keep asking why.
It's your gift.
Yeah.
That's
A
funny
lot of
because I like to ask people, because typically there's a theme. It's
yes,
like most of the people come for basically the same type of thing, and I noticed that. So I
yes.
was like, yeah, so that's so cool. And when did you decide that you wanted to teach? Because your classes, y'all, her course, I've taken her spirit guide course, and that is so phenomenal. So if you are interested in that, I need you to go and grab that thing on Udemy. It is so good.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
This is where your unique energies come in. Because for me, I was teaching my brother and friends and family since I was too young to teach anyone, okay? Like I was helping with English, my brother, or with math. It came naturally, but when it comes to spirituality, it's like I want to give out what I figured out about this. I want people to be helped to receive information that will help them gradually evolve in the way it is meaningful for them, to understand how this works for them, not against them, not because of this or that or whatever. And I just needed to be out there in that space of, okay, this is what I explored through my experiences, through clients, through a lot of things, through a lot of situations. So I have gathered this pack of information for you, because for me, knowledge and wisdom blended together are healing. If I know what's going wrong in my energies or in my physical body, or how my solar plexus works, or how I can connect with my spirit guides, how I can have more alignment because they are here for me, and we work together, we collaborate to succeed on something. It's not about me, it's also about them, because they have assignments as well as we do. Okay, it's about that, of how do you do that, and what do you expect, and how do you perceive it. So I'm exploring from every direction And what I get, what I receive, I have to give it out. I can't keep it. I have to create something that will be meaningful, that will make sense to others, because that was what I was looking for. Something to make sense to me, something that will help me understand what to expect, what not to expect, how this feels like when you start opening up in connecting with your spirit guides, how this works later on. You know, the course talking about the guides that we have to disconnect when we have grown energetically and spiritually. So this is part of it. You have to let them go. If you don't let them go consciously, they will be creating confusion in your energies. Like, I'm getting this from that guy, I'm getting that from that guy. And if you can understand that it comes from different sources and not one, fine. But when you are like in that space, okay, give me guidance about that, and some say this and others say that, you will get confused inevitably because you don't know what to choose. Okay, if you knew, you wouldn't ask for guidance.
Right.
So this is how I ended up in teaching, and I don't see it as teaching. I see it as, okay, let me help you understand what is going on with you, because I had many people coming to me and starting with the phrase, this will sound bizarre, awkward, or please don't judge me about what I'm about to say. I'm like, no. Why should I judge you? Or this is not bizarre. Let me explain to you what is going on with that and how you experience it and what is in reality. So this is not bizarre, this is normal. But we are accustomed to believe that spiritual activity is
bizarre.
Yes, and it's not.
No, it's normal. I'm so glad that we are normalizing that, because so many people, they get their version of spirituality from Bewitched and, that kind of stuff, and Medium, and what's the other one? The Twinkle Girl, the Genie. I'm dating myself. But that's where they get their view, movies and stuff like that. And you're like, no, just like you said in the beginning, it's subtle energies.
Yes.
And it's subtle things that you pick up.
And how to enhance that, because if you're coming out of fear because of these movies, I'm not saying that these things don't exist, but they don't exist actually in that level, at least. Okay, we have negative spirits, we have this, we have that. We have spirits in limbo, people that crossed and couldn't actually go further. That's okay. They're not here to torture you, actually. Okay. They don't know
where they are. They're here to haunt your house.
Yes. No. Yes,
that's
they can.
Hilarious.
Yeah, lots of stuff are actually. Tammi, loads of stuff don't even make sense. Or I was listening to a TikTok video about I felt sleepy and I had to go to get a nap at a irrelevant time, and that was possession. No, that's not how it works. No, that's half trance energy, that's upgrades that are coming down, and you have to go and close your eyes without messing up with everything that is happening for you from your higher self and your guides, but it is not possession. And these are beautiful triggers because they trigger me to understand how this works as a possession, okay? But still, it's not how it works. You're not going to experience it like that, okay? That's trance.
You want to say, that was The Exorcist?
I can't imagine that, to be honest. But anyway.
No.
No.
All right. So we're going to land this plane. What is something that you would like people to know about this journey?
It has many ups and downs, but it's the most amazing, wonderful journey you can be on, regardless of where you are now. Don't look back, but only to observe yourself, how much you have changed, how much you have grown, and keep going, because you will see many, many, many amazing stuff. For me, it's always having more answers, understanding more about life, about myself, about those around me.
Yes.
How can I be a better person? And whatever your day job, whatever literally is going on in your life, you will have more answers if you stay devoted on this path of expanding your soul and your path and your evolution. And there's nothing more amazing than that.
That is so awesome. That's powerful. That's a good word. I hope y'all are catching that, because that was a good word. Oh my God. Because so many people on this journey are like, oh my God, because I actually read a post somebody put out that they were giving it up. They couldn't do it anymore and all this stuff. And they, really, and I was like, wow, that's something.
Tammi, I got that challenge 3 times to give up. And I'm still getting it from different directions, for different reasons, for different things. I'm organizing a spiritual retreat in October in Greece. And I'm really questioning if that's the right step for me now, and if the energy is right, or if I have to tone it down, or whatever is going on energetically. But we will always get that feeling of give up. Okay, and that is before the breakthrough. That is always before the breakthrough.
Yes. It's like right, because it's almost like you're right there. You're 3 steps from goal. And then all of a sudden, you get this thing. It's like, what, can I do this? Or do I need to be doing this? Or do I need to make a shift? Or do I need to go get a job?
Am I worthy? This was my question. Am I worthy of doing this? Will I produce results on people that are beautiful and worth having? Because we have seen spiritualists that can actually mess up with your energies too much. Okay, that is not out of the game, of course. Every coin has all 2 sides, and the third one as well, if we take it from that perspective. But the point is, yes, do ask these questions, but keep going, because you're going to be receiving the confirmation, even as a sign, or through others, or through something magical that we call synchronicities, that the universe is responding to you. But it's normal. If you have doubts, it is normal. Okay. It wouldn't be the path if you didn't have doubts. You wouldn't want to give up if it is not the path. And whenever I say that, I was saying that to myself, oh, okay, another challenge for me. I'm bored with them. I want to cry my eyes out, but this is the path.
Yes.
So far. I hope one day we can change that as being more awakened.
Yes.
And I do believe the next generations won't have these challenges that we have. And this is the path we are laying down for them now. But hey ho, okay.
What's wild is I was actually getting ready to ask you that question. That was one of the questions, and you answered it. But I wanted to ask you, what would you do differently? I mean, what would you change in the world if you could?
Nothing. And that's the wisdom that comes from the crown chakra.
Yeah.
And nothing at all, because every single interaction, connection, step in my life, no matter how hard or easy, and there was a reason I was born in this family, in this country, in this city, with the legacy that I come from my ancestors and everything else. There is a reason for everything. Yes. So why would I doubt that and take it back? No, nothing at all.
That's awesome. You are the first one that answered that way.
Really?
But that's amazing. I love that, because that means that you are secure in who you are and why you're here.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh with that. About the security of who I am. There were days last week, because of all these ups and downs, I was waking up. Who am I? What the fuck am I doing here? Why does it feel so shitty here? And everything else. But that's part of it. Yeah. This is the thing. If we don't acknowledge it as part of it, as a challenge, as something, as an extra energy that needs to be cleared or whatever.
Yes, I feel that. I feel that. I've been journaling on that for the last week, like every day.
There you are. There
You
you
know,
are.
why am I here? Who am I? That kind of stuff. Because I was like, I just want to be super clear. Even though
Yes.
I believe that we still change and we still morph into, something else, whatever it is that we need to be at that moment.
Yes. And that is the beauty of the decree and affirmation, I am that I am. That is connecting you with your higher self. And you don't have to have an identity fully figured out. The things you know so far are perfect, are amazing, are all the tools that you needed so far to have. And from that, you explore even more and expand and explore
Yes.
and expand. That's
Yes.
all it is.
I love it. I love it. Alrighty, so let the people know if you have any last words to share, if you're doing, any type of program or even your retreat, whatever you want to share, and share where people can connect with you the best.
Thank you for that. So my website is elenathegreek.com. Come and see some of the stuff I'm doing there. I have also some posts as messages that are coming through every now and then. My services that you can find me there and book mentorship sessions or Ariala sessions, as I call it, which is about guidance and soul-to-soul connection for your healing and expansion in whatever way is needed. And readings in between with that. Okay, we are tuning into the future as well to see how we can create a best present now. It's not just the past, because
Yes.
time is relevant. Udemy is another platform I'm using for my online courses. My Facebook group, I usually organize some practice groups there and meditations and stuff like that. And of course, the spiritual retreat, a session retreat as I call it, in Preveza, 19th of October. You can still sign up. I have still slots for that. And please, let's come together to work on your individual light. This is the thing.
Nice.
Your individual light that has to be out there, fully expressed, and take it from where you are now and expand it even more.
That's going to be powerful. That is going to be powerful.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This has been an amazing time. We're going to land this plane. And if you are listening on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, because this podcast is everywhere, it's on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple, Google, Listen Now, Radio Breaker, Spotify. It's everywhere. And so you can listen to it then. It's going to premiere on YouTube, and I'm so super excited about that as well. So if you are a spiritual entrepreneur and you would like to come on Straight Out of Savannah and share, reach out to me. You can Google me. I'm everywhere. So wherever you need to reach out to me, you can. So that is what I'm going to say today. And I want to thank my guest, Elena the Greek, not only for being here with me today and sharing her beautiful heart, but also for her amazing course, y'all.
If
That
it
course
wasn't
is
for that,
fire.
thank you, Tammi. And that's how we connected, how you found me, actually.
Exactly. I stalked you.
Yes, and I loved it. Okay.
I said, I gotta find her. This is amazing because it just was so deep. I mean, so much deeper than anything else I have taken, and I've taken a lot of classes.
Thank you.
Because you know how we do when we get in this space, we just start taking classes, reading books, watching videos, all this stuff. So,
And
but this one was like it grabbed my heart. And the meditations, I think I've done them probably 10 times because I'm still doing them because they're just so amazing. So again, thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah. Elena the Greek has been so fire. I hope that you have enjoyed this show because it's amazing. So again, thank you so much for watching. And if you are looking for her details going to be in the show notes, so you can click on those so that way it's easy to get to where she is. So again, thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh.
I know you've been blown away with the amazing value here today. Now go out and inspire the planet. And be sure to send us a message when you're ready to come talk about it on Straight Outta Savannah, Talking with Tammi.